Hello everyone, I'm Sasha Foo. This is opening night at the San Diego Movie Awards in Balboa Park. We're here outside the Museum of Photographic Arts and we're speaking to Jacobo. Jacobo.
It all
okay.
works. You can pronounce it any way you want. That works too. I like it. Thank you for having me. And
I understand that you are a local filmmaker. You've got a number of films to your credit. Why did you feel it was important to come out here? This is a new festival, and it celebrates the strength of independent filmmakers like yourself.
And that's what I love. I'm a supporter of the arts in general, and film in particular. So for me, it was very important to come out and support a new endeavor like this. But I'm also a big supporter of Terry Ross. I mean, she's a very hard worker. She's very committed to local film, and I appreciate that. And anything I can do to support, I'm all about it. So I'm just happy to be here and happy to sort of, rub elbows with people. And to be honest, the open bar doesn't hurt. So.
Is there an open bar? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, well, there might be. And I might have gotten into it a little bit. But also, anybody thinking of coming down, you don't have to use all your drink tickets. You could always just send them this way, and I guess I'll find a good home for them.
Okay, I guess you have the gift of gab, too, because I see a little bit of the salesman in you, too.
What? What is it going to take to get you into a new car today? No, I don't know. I mean, I guess the big problem is, if you hear my parents tell it, I don't shut my mouth. But sometimes it helps when you're trying to pitch a film and sell a project, so.
That's right, that's right. Let me ask you then about your projects. What have you worked on in the past, and what has been a passion project for you?
Well, right now I have two films that I'm getting out there. One is called The Buck Stop, and the other film that's still in post-production is called Dr. Fix-It. They're both short films that I worked on with the very talented Catherine Meyer and produced by Shannon Taylor. And they're short films that I'm very excited about.
I auditioned for one of those films and I didn't get selected.
Again, my producer Shannon Taylor is the responsible one. She's the one that chooses the actors. Honestly, I didn't even know. Had I known that the great
I have an axe to grind here.
Well, of course, had I known that the great Sasha Foo was auditioning for one of the roles, I would have. Hey, star power with this one. I'll tell you what, I'll make a third film and it's all about you. Let's send it around.
All about me?
You heard it here, folks.
All about me.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, all about me, I love it.
The Sasha Foo story, starring Sasha Foo. Quite a get.
No, that's too pedestrian. I want to be like a superhero.
Okay, we'll class up the title. We'll call it Portrait of Sasha Foo. That has art house written all over it.
All right. No, so most of your films, I presume, are comedic?
Yeah, I mean, comedy's hard, and I try, and some of them don't quite hit the mark, and some of them I'm told are okay.
Comedy's hard.
It's a tough one, and the most important thing is knowing your audience, and the hardest lesson I learned is that not everyone is my audience, and that's okay, but, shame on them for not getting it.
So approximately 30 films are being screened over the next 3 days here at the Movie Awards. About 3 or 4 of them are produced here in San Diego. What is the local filmmaking scene like here in San Diego?
The local filmmaking scene is emerging, and over the last 7 or 8 years, it's really come into its own. And there are so many organizations set up to sort of promote and help local filmmakers. KPBS has been a big supporter of filmmakers. They really stand behind them. The San Diego Movie Awards is one that's really trying to get the word out. And, I have to tell you, I lived in LA for a little while, and obviously, it's the home of film production, but it's kind of a backbiting culture. Whereas the filmmakers here, it's almost like a co-op. I mean, people know each other, they're friends, and people are always willing to lend a hand and support each other. And that's what I love about the San Diego scene. And I think the sky's the limit. It really is coming into its own, and I'm happy for that.
What about financing? I think that's one of the things filmmakers, especially beginning filmmakers or people who don't have a large, long resume, they're somewhat daunted, like, oh, I'm going to need X number of dollars to do this project. What's your advice to those folks who are facing those types of challenges?
Keep looking, and if you find a way to get your films funded, let me know, because I've spent years trying to figure it out, and it comes from different places. Sometimes, sometimes you raise the money on your own. Sometimes you have to go to investors, but it's not. It is a challenge, and I would say that financing is the biggest challenge that filmmakers have to deal with here in San Diego. But as a result, the plus side is that a lot of us, have learned to make a lot with very little. So a lot of San Diego filmmakers, I have learned, have the ability to come in under budget because they sort of learned by fire. They learned from the bottom, working with almost zero budget. And I think that's very commendable.
Maybe they had to be a little bit more resourceful.
Real resourceful. I mean, you have to stretch a dollar as far as it'll go, and sometimes that's not enough, and sometimes it shows, but sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know if this is related, but how did the pandemic affect the filmmaking scene in San Diego? Were there some folks from LA who decided, hey, maybe I'll try my luck in San Diego? It's maybe a little slower market, not as cutthroat in terms of competition. Did you see any movement there, or what changes did you see because of the pandemic?
Well, during the pandemic, I did notice a rise in a lot of independent projects. A lot of independent filmmakers said, you know what, now's the time to make smaller, maybe more character-driven films with a smaller budget. And because of that, many people were drawn to San Diego because we do have a lot of film professionals that are on the same caliber as a lot of professionals in Los Angeles. However, I dare say we're less pretentious. And so San Diego's a great place to make a good film on a shoestring budget.
I dare say we're less pretentious.
Yeah, much less pretentious. It's nice. It's a good place to work, I look out, there's a bunch of friends of mine, and I'm glad to work on a project with them. Okay. So it's nice. It's been good,
I've enjoyed talking to you, Jordan.
I've enjoyed talking
Jordan
to you.
Jacobo.
Jordan Jacobo.
I got it.
Yeah.
Jordan Jacobo.
Future
Jordan
director.
Jacobo. Jordan Jacobo.
Of the upcoming Sasha Foo movie. So keep your eyes open for that. It's going to be a portrait of Sasha.
We're going to work on that title.
Okay,
work on that title,
something.
okay?
Yeah, maybe we'll focus on your last name. Something, but we'll make it work.
Foo.
Yeah,
Okay,
Foo.
It's a foo.
Yeah. Ooh, what you looking at, Foo?
Something more melodic.
Okay. Well,
Something-
it was just an idea.
Something like foo-foo.
Oh, Foo-Foo. We got it.
Foo-foo.
You heard it here first.
Foo-foo.
Foo-Foo. That's the movie. It's going to be good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.